This week, we're going to go through a different style of breathing. So this week, we're going to start with what's called diaphragmatic breathing. So I'm just going to share my screen for a second. So you should be able to see that now. So what that is there is a picture of the diaphragm muscle. So it attaches around the bottom of the ribs and then sort of comes up along your spine a little bit and then sort of underneath your lungs. So this muscle is really important because you need it to relax and then engage to help with the flow of air in and then out of our lungs. So it's quite an important muscle, and it's also what forms the top of our core musculature as well, because then below this we have our abs, our obliques, and our lower back muscles and spinal muscles, and all of that then forms what we often call the cairn of our core muscle. So this can often be quite important in rehab with lower back pain or those kind of things as well. But today we're talking more about breathing. So that the diaphragm is the main muscle we want to really focus on. So what that will be important with is, as we breathe, we want to make sure that we're breathing in. Just make sure I can see that. When you're breathing in, making sure that muscle is relaxing and allowing the air to really flow into our lungs and fill them up all the way. And then as we exhale, we want that muscle to engage and then push all of that air out. So it's really important to think and visualize that when we're doing today's exercise, to think about allowing that muscle to relax and fill our lungs all the way up. And then as we exhale, allowing that muscle to push that air up and get it out. So that's our main sort of focus for today. All right, so stop sharing the screen. So just making sure you're in a nice, comfortable spot, sitting in a comfortable place, nice and quiet, eyes open, eyes closed, up to you, whatever you feel most important with. So now what I'll get you to do is just pop both your hands on your stomach or just below your ribs. So this is where we really want to fill our air in. So now taking a nice deep breath in through your nose. Feel that air pushing down, getting all the way down, pushing your belly out, filling all the way up as much as you can. And then when we breathe out, we want to release the air from our stomach first. So breathing out there and pushing that air back out. So really think about that diaphragm pushing up and pushing all the air out of our lungs. Okay, so start again. So nice deep breath in, all the way down into our stomach, pushing our belly out. And then breathing out through our mouth, pushing all of that air out. A nice deep breath in through the nose, filling the lungs all the way up. Just holding for a second and then breathing out, pushing all of that air out of our lungs. Breathing in, filling the stomach all the way up, pushing our belly out. Deep breath in through our nose, filling our lungs all the way up, making sure our hands on our stomach are moving. And then breathing out, pushing all of that air out. Breathing in through the nose. A deep breath in through our nose, making sure we're breathing into our belly, feeling it in our hands. Then breathing out, pushing that air from our stomach up through our lungs, out through our mouth. Deep breath in. Breathing in. Holding for a second and breathing out. Breathing in through the nose. Holding for a second. Just nice and controlled. Breathing in. Holding for a second. Just nice and controlled. Big deep breath in. All the way down to our stomach, making sure we're filling our lungs all the way up. Holding for a second and then breathing out. Breathing in through the nose. Nice and controlled. Deep breath in through the nose, filling our stomach up as much as we can. Holding for a second and then breathing out, pushing the air out from our stomach first. Deep breath in through our nose. Breathing in through the nose, making sure we're filling up all the way, making sure we're moving out the hands in our stomach, and making it filling up from there up. Holding for a second. And then as we breathe out, push the air out from your stomach up through the lungs. Deep breath in. Filling our lungs up as much as we can, all the way into our stomach. Holding for a second. And breathing out, pushing it out from our stomach. Breathing in, deep breath in. Nice and controlled. Deep breath in, all the way into our stomach. Breathing out, pushing it out from our stomach, out through our lungs. Breathing in, all the way down to our stomach. And then pushing it out. Just nice and controlled. Breathing in. Then breathing out. Nice and controlled, pushing all of that air out. Good. All right. So now making sure we're in a nice, comfortable position, we're going to go move into our stretching. So we're going to work from our neck and then work our way down into our lower back. So just making sure a nice, comfortable spot. Going to place both our hands on the base of our skull and then just gently pulling our chin down towards our chest, trying to lengthen the space through our neck into our back. Just trying to lengthen your neck. Should be some slight discomfort, but no pain. Always remembering to breathe. So now take a nice deep breath in for me. As you exhale, just take that stretch a little bit further. Just going as far as you feel comfortable. Always remembering to breathe. Coming back up. So now we're going to do is we're going to look to one side at about a 45-degree angle. Going to take our hand and pop that at the back of our skull, and we're going to pull our chin down towards our collarbone. We're just trying to lengthen that space between our shoulder and our neck. Just going as far as you feel comfortable. Just the point of discomfort. Should be no pain. Always remembering to breathe. Now just taking a nice deep breath in for me. As you exhale, just take that stretch a little bit further, really trying to lengthen between your shoulder and your neck. Coming back up. So now we'll look to the other side at about a 45-degree angle and pop that hand at the back of our skull, and then we're going to pull our chin down towards that collarbone. Always remembering to breathe. Just going to the point of discomfort. And taking a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, just take the stretch a little bit further. Really try and open up that space between the shoulder and the neck. Always remembering to breathe. Coming back up. So now we're going to sit up nice and tall. And then what we want to do is we want to, as we lift our head up towards the ceiling, we're going to push our chest out and look up towards the ceiling, really trying to push our shoulders back, open up that space in our chest, looking up to the ceiling, always remembering to breathe, pulling our shoulder blades together, really trying to open up our chest. Always remembering to breathe. Taking a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, just try and stretch that a little bit further. Pull those shoulder blades together, open up that chest. Coming back down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pop our hands together, then we'll flip them out, and then I want you to reach as far forward as you can, just allowing those shoulder blades to push forward, open up through that mid-back. Always remembering to breathe. Just going to the point of discomfort. Now take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, just stretch that little bit further. Always remembering to breathe. Good. Coming back up. So now again, we're going to sit up nice and tall. What we'll do is we'll pop both our hands across our chest, and then keeping our hips facing forward, we're now going to rotate to one side, just as far as you can go, just as far as you feel comfortable, keeping our hips facing forward. Always remembering to breathe. Now just take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, just try and rotate that little bit further, just as far as you feel comfortable. Always remembering to breathe. Coming back to the middle, and now we'll go to the other side, just rotating as far as we feel comfortable, keeping our hips facing forward. Always remembering to breathe. Just going to the point of discomfort. Taking a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, just get to rotate just a little bit further, just as far as you feel comfortable. Always remembering to breathe. Coming back to the middle. So now what we're going to do is sitting up nice and tall. Now we're going to have one hand on our hip and we're going to slide down to the side. And just going to try and open up that space between our ribs and our pelvis. It's really good for the lower back. Just trying to open up that space. Always remembering to breathe. Just going as far as you feel comfortable. Taking a deep breath in for me. As you exhale, just stretch that a little bit further. Just as far as comfortable. Coming back up, and then we'll go down to the other side, sliding that hand past our hip, trying to open up that space between our ribs and our pelvis. Always remembering to breathe, just going as far as you feel comfortable. Might be some slight discomfort, but there should be no pain. And taking a deep breath in for me. As you exhale, just take the stretch a little bit further. Always remembering to breathe. And coming back up. All right. Well done, everyone. Enjoy your Monday.